You're listening to the Infinite Bliss Daily Meditation Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Robinson, the Gregarious Hermit. Hi everybody, welcome and thank you for joining me. I just need to do a quick mic check. I was just running down here, having some technical problems, so just wave if you can hear me okay. All right, perfect. Okay, looks like we are good. And of course, technical problems always throw you for a bit of a loop, right? Because they never happen an hour before you're supposed to start. They always happen 20 seconds before you're supposed to go live. So I need a moment just to kind of relax. And this is what I typically do. If something is going wrong, I don't kind of freak out and panic, but just take a breath. You can't control things, and technology is one of those things that really seems to, try our patience quite a lot. So just, don't get ruffled. Just take a deep breath, fix what needs to be fixed, and then, get back to what you're supposed to be doing. So having said that, let's do what we always do, and that is sit nice and comfortably. Make sure you're sitting with your feet flat on the floor. Wiggle yourself in your chair just a little bit, just to make sure that you're sitting very comfortably. And then take a nice deep breath before we start. Just breathe in, fill your lungs with all of that wonderful oxygen. And then as you exhale, just relax and feel all of that tension leaving your body. Breathe in again, nice deep breath. Fill yourself with that wonderful oxygen. And as you breathe out, just relax and feel all of that stress caused by the technology interruption just leaving your body. The longer you hang on to the stress, the more damage it does to you. So the sooner you can take that initial breath and just relax and just breathe out, then you do yourself so much better. So starting with our feet, I want you to just feel them pressing into the carpet or pressing into your shoes. Allow them to soften. Feel your arches melting. And feel that connection with the ground. Now moving on up to your calf muscles. Just allow them to relax. Just feel them hanging on the back of your leg. Just feel that little tug. It's like a gentle tug as gravity pulls down on the muscle. And moving on up to your thighs and your hamstrings. Just let those big muscles relax. They tense up quite easily. And if you're not sitting in a neutral position, they very often hold a lot of tension just to keep you sitting there. So make sure you relax them. And if you feel like they need to move somewhere, just readjust yourself in your seat. But find that neutral point where you can just relax them and they will stay exactly where they are. Feel yourself sinking into that seat cushion. Now starting with your lower back, I want you to just feel all the tension leaving the muscles there. Feel as though your kidneys are expanding outwards slightly. Moving on up to your shoulders and your upper back. Now let's imagine that we have that really big warm beanbag just resting right on our upper shoulders and our upper back. You can feel the heat from that just penetrating into the muscle, just relaxing it, letting all of the fibers just soften and release all of that stress and tension just dissipating. Now let's pay close attention to our head. We need to make sure that it's sitting right on top of our shoulders. So if you want, you can do a gentle little circle until you find that neutral spot. Make sure your jaw is nice and relaxed. Keeping your mouth closed, just allow your teeth to separate slightly. Feel the hinge of the jaw right by your ears. Just feel those muscles relaxing. And make sure you're not squinting or frowning. Make your face as light as you possibly can. Make it feel like it wants to float off your face and drift away. You don't have a care in the world right now. And there's no stress in your body anywhere. Now let's turn our attention to our breathing. And we're going to make our breathing as delicate as we possibly can, without adding any resistance to the breath. So we're going to try and breathe as quietly as we possibly can. We want to make it so that our breath doesn't make any noise. Just nice and controlled, nice and slow. We need to pay really close attention. Imagine that something is watching you, and if it notices you breathing, then it's going to pounce on you. So let's keep our breathing as controlled and as smooth, as gentle and as quiet as we possibly can. So you're going to focus your mind on breathing. That gentle rhythm, breathing in and breathing out. And it's important that you remain relaxed to do this. So each time you breathe out, just relax your body. But I want you to control your breathing very deliberately, very slow, very gentle. Imagine if somebody was holding a feather, dangling it in front of your nose. You need to breathe so slowly and so gently that that feather won't move at all. Let's do that for 5 minutes, all on your own. And remember, the stakes are pretty high. If you breathe too quickly, whatever it is that's staring at you is going to pounce on you. So that's the end of our 5 minutes. Hopefully you did really well and you didn't get pounced on by whatever it was that was watching you. But just relax your breathing now. You may find that it remains in that very focused mode, just nice and relaxed. But don't worry about controlling it or making it gentle. Just let your breathing do what it wants to do. And now just return your attention to your body. Notice how gentle everything is at the moment. Breathing slowly and calmly like that. Just let your mind feel at rest. It lets it feel at peace. And it gives you a break from your mind. If you want to start to become aware of the sounds in the room around you, feel yourself sitting in your seat. And then when you're ready, just open your eyes, but try to remain very relaxed the way that you are right now. I mean, the goal of meditation is to try to take that calm with you, even after you stand up from meditation. Don't go straight back to being frantic. But it's pretty amazing that you can just watch your breath so precisely that it will actually make your mind go silent. You've basically taken control again, and you've taken control away from your mind. And having that extra little bit of, maybe you want to call it fear of being pounced on by some imaginary predator, just helps you remain focused. So maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe fear is good in this case. But anyway, that's all I have for you this evening. Again, if you ever get stressed, if you have tech problems like I was having tonight, I had to reboot my computer 30 seconds before I came on the air just to get my camera working. Just take a breath. You'll actually find that you'll be able to fix the problem much easier if you're not stressed and panicking and frantic. So just take that breath, just relax, remain calm, and everything will go well. So, all right, that's all I have for tonight. I do have some time to stick around if anybody has any questions. And just a reminder, if you haven't already, if you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing, that way more people will be able to find these videos and hopefully enjoy these meditations as much as you do. So stick around. I'll be back right after the break. All right, thanks for joining this evening.